go back and see a lot of different videos. So if there's a day when your teachers aren't teaching, you can go back to them. Okay, so on the recording, I am the largest, and you'd come up as a teeny little screen. So you really aren't seen, but if you want to turn off your video, I won't be insulted. Okay, and my classes tend to use the same props. We like to have them handy with blocks and maybe a blanket, something like that. And I think that's all we need. Maybe a strap if you have it, but I'll give options since I didn't tell you to get it ahead of time. I'll give options and hopefully it will all work out fine. Okay, so wonderful to see you. It's interesting as we are going back into our day-to-day, whatever that looks like now, or maybe creating a new day-to-day, right? We're in this opening phase. And some people are excited about it and some people are not, but one of my studios is opening with outdoor classes. So we'll be teaching outdoors under a tent. And I know that Body Kinetics is trying to find some ways for us to come together and do yoga as well. But that's not happening quite yet. But the gyms are starting to open and protocols are in place, and those who feel interested and comfortable, check it out. And we'll continue to do these live streams for at least, I'm assuming through July at least. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that confirmation, but I intend to keep offering things online because I know a lot of people are not ready to go out and about. And if you do want to practice with me in person, outdoors, let me know. I'll be sending out an email where I'm going to be. And I'm also thinking of doing some pop-ups outside here in Sausalito. There's a really beautiful park called Martin Luther King Jr. Park. So I think that's a pretty cool place to go. And it's flat and grassy and really big. So we'd have lots of room. And I think I mentioned that last week that I might do that, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So possibly this week, not sure. Okay, so I think we have our group together. Let's sit for a few moments. Arrange yourself comfortably. Perhaps move your sitting bones back and apart, moving the flesh out from underneath the bones so you have a nice wide supportive base. Now let's begin by observing our breath. We'll take about 3 to 5 or so breaths. Take your time. There's nothing to do to the breath, just observe it and how it shows up. Good. Now roll the shoulders up, hold them up. And when you exhale, drop the shoulders down. So the inhale, you lift up. Maybe even press your hands on your lap a little bit. And on the exhale, you just drop them down. Inhaling, you lift up the shoulders, press your legs a bit. And drop when you exhale. A few more like that. Inhale, shoulders up, press your legs. Relax the shoulders down. And just one more like that. Good. Now roll the right shoulder up and back, and then the left. And the right, up and back, and the left. And the right, up and back, and the left. Now both together, up and back, up and back. And you do that just a couple more times. Good. Now up and back. Now take the hands behind your back. Put the hands down behind you and lean back a little bit so your chest lifts and opens. Have a big breath and take your eye gaze up. Stick out your tongue. 2 more. One more. And bring your hands forward and fold in now. Hands are on the floor, head bows, move your head side to side. Smooth inhale and exhale. And walk your hands back in so you can sit up tall. Observe your breath again, 3 to 5 breaths. Good. And let's switch the cross of our legs. Wiggle them out and return to your seat. Move the sitting bones back and apart and the flesh out from under the base. Beautiful. Sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up toward the sky. Drop the shoulders down, but lift up through the crown. Couple of breaths here with the arms overhead. Arms overhead is naturally stimulating. For people who have very high blood pressure or have heart issues, it's contraindicated to keep your arms up. So if that's you, just put your arms back down and remember that for future times. Yes, maybe you'd raise your arms, but you wouldn't necessarily keep them up high. Good. Couple more breaths, unless your arms are tingling. That's it. Good. Now bring your hands down behind your head, interlacing the fingers still. Press your head into your palms so the head is not pushing forward. So the inhale, the elbows are like this, wide. On exhale, bring your elbows forward together. Inhale wide. Exhale together. And you repeat a few times. Good. Let's just complete one more of those. And then when your elbows are together, have a breath. Exhale, draw the navel line in and up and bow your head slightly. Gentle pressure on the back of your head. Actually, you can press your head into your hands as you rest the hands on the head. And inhale, open the elbows, lift your head. And now slide the arms behind your head, side to side. So you want to be gentle with your neck. You're not lurching it forward, moving the elbows side to side behind you. Oh yeah. Now keep the right elbow up behind your head and let go of the hands. Take the left hand to your elbow. Now move your arm bone and your elbow back a bit. Pat yourself on the back. We're doing good. Thanks everyone for being here. Have a big inhale. Draw the pelvic floor in as an anchor and lean to your left. Breathe well. With inhale, come back up. Exhale the arms around and down. Inhale the arms back up. Bend the left elbow, catch it with your right hand. So just relax a moment as you're getting into place. Don't go to your deepest stretch. Move the head of the arm bone back and the elbow back, and press your head back into your forearm. Pat yourself on your back. Good. Exhaling, draw the pelvic floor in and up. Inhale up and over to your right this time. Notice if you hold your breath, when you come to the edge of a stretch, you can back off and the breath will come in more fully, more completely. And inhale, both arms up and circle them down to your lap. Now observe the breath again. Do you notice any change, any shift? What's happening here? And arms up, inhale, sweep them back behind you, put the fingertips or the palms down and walk the hands back enough so you start to lean back and the chest starts to rise. Keep looking forward, but move your head back in space a bit. Yeah. Then you might turn your gaze up, and we're gonna do that tongue sticking out breath, also known as dragon or Kali breath. Inhale. Okay, I can't hear you, but I can know you're still doing it. One more. And walk back up and forward. Fold forward, hands on the floor. Have a few deep breaths here. Move the head a little side to side. Walk the hands in. That's nice. And sit. 3 to 5 breaths. One more time. Thank you. This practice is for mind, body, heart, whole being. Bring hands together in front of the heart. May we nourish ourselves on all levels so we can be available for our lives, for the work, the play, the love, all that we're here for. Sound of Om, universal sound of all that is in a harmonic sound of Om. Chant together or listen in. Inhale. Om. If there's another part of the dedication you'd like to add, you can bow your head to your heart and bring it to your mind, to your heart, to your body. May these practices serve us well so we can be of service. Thank you. Let's meet on the hands and knees, tabletop position. So I wrote to one of my students telling him that, we're going to get back into the studios or outside at the studio. And he said, oh, I'll think about that. I'm really out of my body. Yeah, okay. So time to get in our bodies. Maybe that's your experience too. On hands and knees, go through a few of your spinal waves. Coordinate your movement and your breath. You know the way. Notice where the spine moves easily in the flex and extension. And notice where you might not get much movement. Usually the low back moves a little easier than the upper back. But maybe your low back's a little tight today. We're going to get at that.
Good. Next time you're in the rounded position, come up on fingertips, walk your hands a little further forward and stay rounded now for a few breaths. Move your head side to side. Maybe crawl your fingers even a little further forward, getting a little more stretch through the side body. Now the neck, the sides of your neck also are included in the side body. So think of a line from your hips all the way to your ear when you're stretching your side body. Now walk the knees a little further back and maybe you can dive into the Anahatasana, the puppy dog pose, and go through a couple of the spinal waves there. Drop your head and tail and then round your tail. Lifting the tail toward the sky and then dropping and rounding. Couple more. And when we're back in center, walk the hands over to the right, stretching out the left side. Move your head over to the right shoulder a bit, getting into the left side of your neck. Good. And then over to the other side, over to your left, stretching through the whole right side and head over to the left so you can stretch out the neck gently. Back to the center. Now take your left arm toward the right corner of the mat and come onto the pinky edge of your hands. So you're kind of like karate chopping. Reach through the left side again. And keep the right hand where it is. Take your left hand under the right arm. So you're leaning onto the left shoulder, maybe the side of your head a little bit, but more on the arm and shoulder. Rise, left hand planted. Move the right hand toward the left diagonal, karate chop. So you're on the pinky edge of the hand, pressing down. Notice the action in the right side. And then take that right arm under the left, coming down onto the right shoulder and softly to the head, not pushing down on your head very much. And back to the center. Walk your hands a little closer, tuck your toes, and lift the hips up to downward face dog. Swing the hips a little side to side, bend one knee, then the other. You're just working into the backs of your legs. Getting planted here in your downward face dog. Walk your feet all the way to the edges of your mat, nice and wide, and swivel your hips and heels to the right. Stretch through the left side. Hips and heels to the left. Stretch through the right side. Swivel on the balls of the feet, side to side, right and left. Right and left. Do one more round. Center your feet on the mat and walk your hands backwards. Bent knee forward, fold. Bend your elbows, cross and hold on to your elbows. Hands crossing, hold the elbows. One more breath. Nice and deep, in and out. Look forward on your mat and crawl out to downward face dog. Set your hands, set your breath. Draw the pelvic floor in and up and raise the right leg. Bring your knee to your elbow, exhale it. Stretch out and we'll do 4 more, knee to elbow. You could do this on the knees. 2 more. Fold into yourself. Stretch up and put your knee down like you're standing on one knee. Knee under your hip, left leg is extended. Pull the left heel down to the ground. Kick your right foot off to the side a bit, and then raise your left arm. Circle your hand on your wrist. Other direction. Reach overhead toward the front of your mat, stretching the left side from foot all the way through fingertips. And lower left hand. Tuck your toes, move your hips back and up. Downward face dog. Left leg up. Inhale. 5 times, knee to elbow. Stretching up. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now put the knee down, right under your hip. Spin the right heel down, kick the left foot behind you a little. And right arm up, circle that right hand. Unwind your wrist, circle in the other direction. And reach over ear all the way to the front of your mat, feeling the stretch from foot to hand. Feel that. And hand comes down. Up to downward face dog again. Raise the right leg, bend the knee, and turn the hip toward the sky. Have 3 breaths. Circle the foot on the ankle. Other direction. And at the end of your exhale here, knee to elbow. Stretch up 1 time. Put your foot down. And pause. 3 breaths. Downward dog or child's pose. If you're in child's pose, join us when you can. Downward face dog, left leg up, bend the knee, turn the hip toward the sky. Circle the foot on your ankle for a couple more breaths. Other direction. And knee to elbow just 1 time. Stretch up. Put your foot down, and let's all go to child's pose now. You can have knees together, or you can separate the knees. They're different. The knees together tends to stretch out the back more. Knees wide tends to lengthen the back more. Come on up on hands and knees again. Downward face dog. Yes, let's refine the downward dog a bit, just making sure we're in the right place. Got your wrist creases parallel, the fingers spread gently. Push pressure into your finger pads and knuckles. And then bend the knees and press your thighs back a little more. Scoop your tail a bit so your pelvic floor lifts. And soften between the shoulder blades. Get the upper arms real strong and wrap the triceps underneath you. So you have a lot of support, and you can raise the right leg, and this time step all the way through. Straight leg lunge now, straightening the right leg. You might need blocks, 1 under each hand. Stretch back through your left heel. And then come on the ball of your left foot, so you're up high on the heel. Push back through the heel. Come up high on the heel, so you're up on the ball of the foot. Notice how that changes the stretch. 1 more time, reach back. Come up high, bend both knees. Lower the left knee, and take the arms to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, sink in a little deeper. 2 more breaths. Sink in a little deeper. Draw the pelvic floor in. 1 more breath. Dive over your right leg. Step back to downward face dog. And set your dog steady, strong. Upper arms wrap under. Thighs move back, tail scoops. And you soften behind your heart. Left leg up, stepping through. Straight leg lunge. You can use blocks. Reaching back through your right heel, you get a stretch. Now come up on the ball of your foot and notice how you tip over your left leg a little more. Stretch the right heel back. Come up high on the ball of the foot. Stretch the heel back. High on the ball of the foot. Bend your knees. Right knee down. Keep the toes tucked under. Push down to rise up. Lift the belly off your thighs and up and in under your heart. And then you can sink the hips a little for 2 breaths. Shoulders away from the ears without strain. 1 more breath. And bow over your left leg. Meet in the downward face dog. Upper arm strong, wrapping under you. Press the thighs back, curl the tail. Lift the belly and relax inside the heart space. How's your dog feeling now? Raise the right leg up and step it through. Press back through your left heel. Keep the right knee bent. Notice how your knee moves back from your ankle. Now lift the back heel and notice how your knee comes over ankle. Keep that and rise. High lunge. So I'm high on the ball of my back foot. My hips are up high. When I stretch back through my left heel, you want to keep stretching forward through your knee. So you're not backing off, you're lowering down. Yeah. Sweep the arms up, have a few breaths. Dive over your front leg again. Straighten 2 legs. 1 more breath. Choose now. You can walk to dog or swing your right leg all the way up into the sky. Bend the knee. Turn the hip. Circle the foot on the ankle and press down through your left heel. Circle in the other direction. And lower the foot next to the left. 3 breaths. Choose child when you can't catch breath. Use alignment to help you stay steady in your downward dog. And join the dog when you can. Left leg up, left foot through. Now pause. Check out your alignment, feet hips width, and lift the right heel. Notice your left knee over ankle. Push heel back. Notice knee moves back as well. Lift heel, knee over ankle. Solid pose as you come up, high lunge. So the front knee wants to be over the ankle. The back heel helps you move there. Once the heel is up, once you're up and the hips are high, as you reach your right heel back, move your left knee forward a bit. And then you're kind of held in that pose. Take the arms up for 3. Draw the pelvic floor in and up. 2. 1 more. And down to the earth we go. Hands on the ground. Step back or swing the left leg up. Take the left leg up, bend the knee and turn the hips. Circle the ankle. Other direction. And lower left foot next to right. Come down to the knees. Strong arms, little mini push-up. Go down and up. Mini push-up, down and up. 1 more mini push-up, down and up. Pull back, child's pose, pause. Feel.
Thank you. Crawl onto your forearms and again, karate chop the floor. Have your forearms parallel. So your palms are facing each other. Elbows no wider than your shoulders, but not narrow under your chest either. Measure off. Now walk your feet back and lower your tail a little bit. Lift the back of the skull, lift your belly button. Oh yeah, forearm plank, karate chop. Stay with breath. Strong legs. How long you want to stay? Got some time? All right, lower onto the hips. Now we're in Sphinx. You can move your hips back if it's bothering your low back. With your thighs rolling in, draw your tail down and lift the pelvic floor and low belly up. That should mitigate any intensity in the low back. Now pull with your arms so your chest moves forward. Big breath. Beautiful. Now put your palms down and peel them back. Shoulder back on the right hand, shoulder back on the left hand. Are you in your cobra now? Hiss on your way down. Bend your knees, swish your feet and legs side to side. You know, I really want to get into our frontal thigh here too. So some of you might like a strap. Extend your right arm forward, roll onto the right side, bend your left knee, reach for your foot. Just getting a little action in the front of the thigh. Release the left arm long, extend it in front of you, roll onto your left side, bend your right knee, reach for your foot. So some people might need a strap on the foot. Do that. Some of you might need to just grab a hold of your pant leg. Some of you, this doesn't work. That's okay. Please roll onto your belly and choose forearm plank to get up or full plank, get up and press back. Downward face dog. Right foot forward between the hands. Sure, you can lift it first. Now spin the back heel down. Still could be hips width apart. Tailbone goes down as arms go up for warrior one. Now let's take a hold of the left wrist and pull it up and over toward the right. So now we're getting that long line again, the whole left side. Look to your right. Scissor your legs toward each other a bit. Open the arms now, look forward. Maybe you can ease into the pose a little deeper. Hands together at the heart, big breath. Lean forward over the right leg. Can you bring your left elbow across? You can lean on the leg. Scoot your tail into center though. That's good. Maybe lean into your left shoulder a bit. Spin the chest. One more breath in this version of prayer twist. Hands come down. And again, you can walk back or you can swing your right leg straight up into the sky. You can do a one-legged or a two-legged or a knee plank. Lower through chaturanga and curl to cobra or upward dog. Scooch back to downward facing dog or onto the knees. Wrap the upper arms under you. Press the thighs back, curl the tail. And soften in the heart. Left leg up, left foot through. Spin back heel for warrior one, pause. Once you're solid on earth, peel your hands off the ground and up toward the sky. Warrior one. Hold on to your right wrist and stretch up and over to your left. You might notice your left hip kind of bumping to the side. Point it more to the center and arc to the left. Get that breath going. Don't cut off your breath just because you're in a shape. Make the breath the priority, then match the shape. Release your wrist and look up toward the sky. Center yourself again. Now, hands to the heart, strong back leg, bow forward. Take your right elbow across your body all the way over towards your knee and point your tail to center. Breathe. Maybe you can lift your chest a little bit. Couple of breaths in prayer twist. When you unwind, the hands come down and the left leg goes up to the sky, or take it in steps. Bend the knee, turn the hip, do a couple circles. Straight leg, one-legged plank, two-legged plank, or knees forward. Exhale down, curl to cobra or up dog, and back to downward face. 3 breaths. You can always rest, you know that? Please meet at the front of the mat, walk, step, or light jump, bow forward. Stand your ground and rise. Slide the hands to the heart. Relax the arms by your side. Thank you. Please get your block. Hopefully you have one or something you can use. If not, improvise. Take a big step back with your right and turn to your wide side of your mat. Or I could call it the long side, actually. Yeah, and then place your block down in front of your chest. If you have blankets under you, you could move them for a bit. Sorry, I'm just going to rearrange a second here. Good. I don't like my space messy. Okay, walk your feet wide. Outer edges of the feet parallel. Block is centered in front of you. Arms wide and up. And fold forward. Hands can come to the block. Bend one knee and then the other, moving side to side through your hips. Good. Now, left hand on the block. Right arm up to the sky. Bend your left knee. Begin to straighten it. And lower that right hand. Left arm up, bend the right knee. And begin to straighten it. And lower down. Forward fold, maybe your head comes to the block, or maybe not. You can come up on your fingertips and shrug your shoulders up, away from your ears. Gliding the shoulder blades up on your back. If your head's on the block, it should be just gently touching. You're not pushing down. Are you still there? Notice if the weight is in the balls of the feet or the heel, or can you center your weight? When you center your weight, you might drop in a little deeper to the pose. Walk your hands over to the right leg and hold the leg with one or both hands. Or you can take the right arm up again and wrap it behind your back. Wrap it on your back or reach around for your left thigh. If you have your left thigh, press the thigh to the left. Yeah. 2 more breaths here. Hold on. And release.
hands to the floor, big breath, look forward. And over to the left now. Walk to the left, hold on with one or both hands, or take the left arm up to the sky, and then wrap it around your back, possibly wrapping and reaching for your right thigh. Press the thigh wide. Steady as we go. Relax your head, your neck. And drop in back to the center. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Good. One more breath. Lift the heart. Hands are on the floor. Walk your feet in a bit. Walk your feet so they're about hips width. Bend your knees and point the knees toward your arms. Bend the elbows toward your legs. Maybe you can touch the knee and the arm. Then straighten. So did you get that? Bend your elbows toward your legs as you bend the knees toward your upper arms. Can you wrap your knees around your upper arms and press your arms into the knees? Lean forward. Still on the feet or tippy toes. Straighten the legs. Yeah. So we still have this block here, yeah? Maybe put it up on the mid-end. There we go. Move it forward of your hands. Bend your elbows towards your legs. Bend the knees toward your upper arms. Wrap the knees. Press the arms. And maybe move toward putting your head on the block. Then you can lift your feet. Oh, then lift off the block. You got it. And put your feet down. You can come into squat if that works for you, or straighten the legs. So did you get that little arm balance there? With the block there, you might just lean on it. You could try the high end too. If you felt like you weren't quite there, I need to move my block a little away from me too. Okay, one more time, we're gonna try it out. Hands come down, straighten the legs. So there's a couple of actions that are really important. You gotta bend the elbows towards your legs and then bend the knees towards your upper arms. Once you wrap, lean towards your block. Right, maybe you can barely touch the block. Lift the feet perhaps. And land again. Wonderful. Straighten the legs, cross your arms. Hold your elbows, sway side to side. I know that was a little adventure, huh? Maybe that made you nervous. That's part of the practice. Working with our nervous system. Let's rise. Inhale, come on up. We haven't been upright in a very long time. Arms by the sides. Stand on your right leg, hold the left knee in front. Flex your foot. That's all. Move into tree position from there. Take the arms up when you're ready. A lot of communication going on right now. Feeling your ankle wiggle around. Keep your eyes steady to help with balance. Hold the knee again, same side. Keep holding the knee, or possibly with your thighs back and your tail rooted, take the arms up again. And everything comes down, thank you. Foot down, arms down. Have a breath or two. Good, so keeping our breath steady and smooth during tricky poses helps us work with our nervous system so that we can then have that in tricky times in life. We can have that access. Breathing steady through challenge. Standing on left leg, hold the right knee in the front. Flex the foot.
So this might be where you're at today. You're practicing this pose. It's challenging. Keep your breath steady. Tree pose, Vrikshasana, right foot to the left thigh. And once you feel set, take your arms up. How are you engaging with breath? Your eye gaze is steady, your breath steady, your pelvic floor supportive. And slowly come on down, hold the right knee in the front. And perhaps with thighs back and tailbone under, taking the arms up all the way. And everything comes down, thank you. Stand to feel, mountain pose. Walk the feet out wide again and bring your block in. Let's have it to the right foot. You can have it to the inside or outside of the foot. Spin your right thigh, right knee, right foot to the right. Move your thighs back. So that's towards your back body. Hinge the hips towards your left. And we're coming toward triangle. There's a little twist through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Spread the arms wide. You can have your hand to the block, but don't lean to the block. Stand tall, right? So even if you're low, you're not just leaning into that block. You're also lifting. Turn your chest a bit. Turn your chest a little more. Maybe look up. Couple breaths, triangle. Left arm coming down towards your hip, bend your right knee, and open the arms to warrior two. Straight arms, straight legs, arms up, rotate right thigh and leg in. Walk the feet in and relax your arms. One more side, walk the feet out again. Arms wide up. Sorry, forgot the cue to bring our block with us. Let's move the block to the left. Turn your left thigh, left knee, left foot. Last standing pose here. Arms wide. Move the thighs back. Bump the hips to your right. And then again, it's one vertebrae at a time to turn your chest. So if there's a spot that's tight, back off the twist there and go more for another part of the spine. Arms are wide, maybe you have your block. But remember, you're not leaning into the block, you're lifting away from it. Couple more breaths. You can take your gaze down, forward, or up. And now warrior two on this same side. Two arms straight, two legs straight, turn the feet parallel. And one more time, dive forward. You can hold the outer edges of the legs. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. Reach the right hand through the legs and the left arm forward. Look under the left arm, slight twist there. Back to center, change hands, right hand forward, left hand back behind you through the legs. And look under the right arm. Back to center, both arms extended forward, hips up over your ankles. Karate chop the floor.
And slide the hands back towards you. Walk your feet towards you, toward each other. Lower down through a squat or onto the knees and sit down. You can turn on your mat so your feet are to the short edge. We're going to come down to wind down. Have a block. We'll come down into a supported bridge pose. All right. So inversions are contraindicated if you have glaucoma, if you have high blood pressure. It would be better to, well, actually, this one can lower blood pressure, but just be aware. You don't want to have any pressure in your eyes, or you don't want to feel a strong pulse, okay? And feet are hip width apart, and you're going to work on either the flat end or the mid end of the blocks. Some people like the high ends, but I find that that often makes us collapse our necks if we go up on the super high. So just make sure you're looking straight up, press your elbows and shoulders down, tuck your shoulder blades under, feet parallel, get ready to rise, lift, look straight up, tuck your block under you, so you're resting on it with your pelvis. You can tuck your shoulder blades under and notice if your chin is tucked. You want to lift the chin away from your chest so you can look straight up. Yeah. Oh, also contraindication for inversions is menstrual cycle or people in the last trimester of pregnancy, such like that. Okay, keeping your hips steady. Head steady, take the right knee to your chest, stretch it up, feel. Keep your upper body steady, your head steady, lower the right foot, bend the left knee to the chest and stretch it up. You can keep your foot still, or I see maybe a couple of you are wiggling it, that's fine. Just keep your head steady, don't move your neck or your head. Step down, and you can choose to alternate or take both up. If you're taking both up, increase the curve in your low back, so your hips push down and press through the back of your head so your neck keeps its curve, and look straight up in the sky. Deep breaths. Keep pushing back with your arms, with your head, and maintain the curve in your back. Spread your toes. Spread your breath. Soles of the feet touch, knees can bend wide. Bend your knees, heels coming toward the groins. And bring the knees together, lower the feet one at a time. Lift the hips off the block. Move the block, slowly lower the hips. Lean the knees together, walk the feet apart. Good, turn your head a little side to side, let the knees drift side to side. Unwinding here. You can drop one knee in toward the other leg and really get a nice frontal leg and hip stretch. Do the same on the other side. You kind of keep your left knee up as you drop the right knee inside the legs. Good, and let's end with the right knee over the left, hug the knees in. Maybe you keep the pose still. Maybe you rock side to side. Change legs, left on top, hug in. And both feet on the floor now, moving towards Shavasana. So if there's a pose you feel would help you settle, feel free. If you'd like to do longer Shavasana than I'm going to offer, ours is going to be about 4 minutes. If you want longer, just turn the volume down real quick or turn off the Zoom. Let's rest and receive in our bodies, awareness in our minds, abiding in our hearts. We rest and receive. And please deepen your breath. Take your time, roll to your side. Perhaps with your eyes closed, coming into your comfortable seat. And 3 to 5 breaths here together.
Observe your mind, body, heart, breath here at the completion of today's practice. Please bring your hands together in a meaningful gesture, perhaps Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. This mudra is potent. Many, many cultures use this mudra, this hand gesture, and it means different things in different cultures, but mostly it is a way to greet or to honor, perhaps to pray, to acknowledge. In yoga, the idea is the offering, Anjali, offering. This hand gesture is an offering. What is offered? What is offered? We'll seal the practice with the sound of Om. Inhale your breath. Om. With reverence, we bow head to heart. We bow to the place where we meet as one. May all be healthy. May all beings know freedom and peace. May I be a conduit for that freedom and peace for all beings, Black lives included, brown lives, Indigenous lives. Namaste. Thank you each. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here, for adding yourself to the practice of yoga. Being here with you holds so much meaning. And each time I do it, I'm reminded I can feel an emotion welling up. I miss you all. And I miss meeting in person. And until we can, we'll do this. And let's be in touch. All right. So if you think I don't have your email and you'd like me to, put it in the chat. jannabarkinyoga@gmail.com. It's very easy. And jannabarkinyoga.com for my website, which I will be updating. Okay. So thanks all, and appreciate you. I'm going to stop the recording now. And if anyone wants to speak, you can unmute yourself after I do that. But I know people probably don't want to be recorded when they talk.